Hello, welcome to another episode of the 8-Bit Debaters podcast. My name is Paddy, and we have quite the lineup for you today. Today we are going to be arguing what is the worst gaming world to live in. I'm sure we're going to have some great answers from Rob, Geordie, and Al, but before all that, we're going to hit a little part of the show called the Icebreaker.
The Icebreaker.
Yeah, this is the part of the show where we get to know each other a little bit better and you get to know us a little bit better. And this week, our icebreaker question is for you, Geordie, who's just had himself a chicken Kiev. What is your favorite gaming vehicle?
My favorite gaming vehicle is...
Why did you shout that back at him?
Paddy!
Live from the middle of a storm.
It's coming in really windy over here, Rob.
I'm stalling for time. I went with a classic. I went with the light cycle from Tron.
And is there a game
that's
that's
you
in?
couldn't think of it?
I couldn't really think of a lot of games I've played with like specific vehicles, and yeah, I just went with the classic Tron.
That was worth waiting for. Thank you, Geordie. Okay, Alistair, how are you?
I am good, Paddy. It's good to have you back.
Oh, thanks. It's good to be back. Alistair, what is your favourite gaming vehicle?
I also went for a classic, and even though there are like a trillion vehicles to get in this, I went for the laser jet in GTA 5.
The laser jet. What is the laser jet?
That's like the OG military jet that you get in the game. It's the one that you used to have to break into the military base to get.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I have to call it by its name because there are 60,000 fighter jets now, yeah. Yeah, so it's like the proper fighter jet, and it's so rewarding to fly around because if you've gone into the military base, you've stolen it, and you now rule the skies, and it's just so fun to handle and pew 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 pew. I don't really care about the other vehicles. I just love the laser. Yeah.
Fair enough. You had me at pew pew. Rob, how you doing?
That's awesome.
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, well, right, thanks, mate. What is your favourite gaming vehicle?
Well, my favourite gaming vehicle is a very easy one to answer, and that one is the flying machine that Leonardo da Vinci makes in Assassin's Creed 2, because it handles like shit. It's horrible to fly, and it makes no fucking sense. And
why is it your favourite?
That's Rob's trifecta.
Yeah, every time I play it, it makes me laugh. And that's all it's stupid and it's annoying, but I love it and I would not change it for the world.
It's just like perfect, Rob. Inconvenient. Rob's like, yes.
But
Typical. It's rubbish. That is a great answer, Rob. That is a great
rubbish.
answer. I'm also going to go for a unconventional answer in that it's not like fun to control or anything, but I'm going for the boat in the latest God of War game because it's just a chance to you relax from the action and it gives you all the story beats. So when you're in the boat, you're chatting with the boy and Mimir, who's one of the characters his head, who you wear on your belt, and it kind of gives you loads of context for the world, and it slows the game down and really exposes everything that's going on in that game and really adds so much to it. And it's fun to row. Oh, there you go.
Row your boat, as they
row your boat,
as the classic says.
As the classic saying goes.
I can't remember which philosopher it was.
I think it was
Plato.
It was Plato. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it was Plato. I'm pretty sure
gently down the stream. Well, yeah. I hope you sadly get to know a little bit more about it.
Sorry, let's move on.
It's but a dream. I hope you've got to know us a little bit better, and you're feeling all the worse for it. So now we're going to move on to the main part of the show, the reason we're here, the reason you're here, the part we call the Masturbate.
The Masturbate.
So this is the part of the show where we basically set our bards against each other to have a little fight, and today you're going to be fighting about what is the worst gaming world to live in. So this is the actual world that the game takes place. You don't have to talk about the characters or anything. It's like, what is the world that you think would be absolutely horrible to live in? So how the way this works is our bards are going to each have a go at pitching. So they're going to tell us what the game world they've chosen is. They're going to tell us why it's terrible. And then when they're done with that, we're going to set them up against each other to just fight it out until I decide who's won. Because today I am the judge. And I am their god. Rob, go for it. Pitch me, baby.
Right, well, I have gone for the world of Prototype. If anyone doesn't know, Prototype was a game that came out, I've got to say, like, maybe 2010, sort of that sort of era. And it was open world sandbox where you played as Alex Mercer in a downtrodden New York a city where there was this whole virus thing heading through the city, as well as some other things called the Black Watch, which are like these people that hunted mutants but also just murdered everyone. And you had the main protagonist himself, Alex Mercer, going around shredding the crap out of anything that was near him just for a little bit of health and stuff. And for me, if I was choosing a game world that I want to live in, Prototype would be right at the top of that list.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob, for that pitch. Geordie, what are you pitching? What is the worst gaming world to live in?
I went with Lord Renon. I don't really know how to pronounce it. Lord Renon?
Lord
Renon?
Lord Renon?
The world of Dark Souls.
A happy place.
The world of Dark Souls. Yeah. The world that was designed to easily kill you and you die over and over again, and is basically just a horrible place. Every character is miserable, and the main character is basically this guy that just dies over and over again, and you have to repeatedly find your soul, and it's just horrible, and I don't know why. Like, obviously, if you're into, like, gothic mythology, then yeah, it'll be cool, but you're probably just gonna die, and it's horrible. And nobody should want to live there.
Thank you, Geordie, for that excellent pitch as an estate agent. Al.
Yeah.
Hello.
Why don't you tell us what the worst game... When I introduce you, thank you. What's the worst gaming world to live in?
I have gone for Doom, specifically the 2016 release of Doom, because the world is part literally hell. Like, you can't get any worse than actual hell. So, I mean, that kind of starts it off quite well. And the rest of it is Mars, which, as we all know, is well known for its hospitableness. There we go. And all its lovely fauna and nature and water, which is infested by demons from hell, so it's not that great. And it is filthy. Blood, guts, human remains, everywhere. So, if the demons don't kill you, an infection probably will. And they're an open portal to hell. So, I mean, like, all the demons just keep flooding out. There's a constant flow, so there's no end. If you're a civilian and survived, and you don't have a weapon, you're dead within seconds anyway. It's a terrible place to live, Paddy. Not great. Not great at all.
Hell is bad. Thank you, Al. Thank you for that pitch. Well, three gaming worlds that sound absolutely horrible. I'm really interested to see how you pick each other apart, and I probably more to say why yours is worse than the others, maybe than why theirs is better than yours. It'll be a difficult one, that's for sure. So, guys, hi.
Right, both of you guys, when you die in your world, you die. When you die in my world, you keep going, but you're just a horrible thing that just continues on. And if you find your soul, that's fine, but then you can just die again. And it's
immortality has its pluses, I feel.
Yeah, because then you don't fear the world.
With immortality comes fucking hope, alright?
Yeah,
you bear that in mind, that one day you'll keep failing, keep repeating, but eventually you will achieve something. At least in the other two worlds, you have no hope.
Yeah, you have one chance in every other world, but with Dark Souls, you keep going, so you no longer fear death. Yeah. So the enemies trying to kill you are no longer an element. You're just like, oh, there we go again. Oh god, sword through me.
The first 10 times you die will be pretty horrific, I'll grant you that. But beyond that, you'll start getting used to it. In fact, you'll start getting probably get quite a good a taste for it. Yeah. And then once you've got a taste for it, it'll be a rush, it'll be an urge. When you die, your synapses in your brain flash, and that creates a real big impulse. And if that happens to you loads and loads of times, that's going to feel great, and
not
eventually you're going to get
the world of Dark Souls
hooked on it.
Weird fetishes like you, Rob.
I'm just saying.
Try and find
there's
one
some joy to be found there.
Cheerful undead character in the Dark Souls. There's no joy. There's no.
The thing about Dark Souls, right? Dark Souls is how the universe is. When you come into Dark Souls, that is how it is. So anyone who has lived there is born there. It's not just they've landed there and go, oh, suddenly I'm in the world of Dark Souls. Isn't this really hard? That's the world you know. That is what you're born with. So you're just going to learn to live with it.
Yeah, and not go to the places that are going to kill you.
Yeah, at the very least, with the other two games we're talking about, these are something that happened that have brought real people into an event that is a traumatic. How are you going to know? How are you going to say
kill
that?
Just kill yourself in those worlds if you're so miserable you can't deal with the world. But in Dark Souls, you can't just kill yourself.
Yeah, because you keep on living, which is great. If you kill yourself, that's it. It's over. Like you don't want to die. You want to keep. You want to keep living and have a life. You're like trying to survive.
Some people might want to die if they live in that world. Are you saying if you lived in that world, you wouldn't want to just keep on?
I'd want to.
If I existed in that world would have always been my norm, and I wouldn't be who I am now.
New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so it's a normal place. It's New York, and suddenly something's happened, and the world is spun on its head.
Pizza. New York has.
I think you'll find when there's no power, it's quite hard to make pizza and hot dogs and cinemas.
Also,
when there's a viral infection spreading across the whole of New York and there is no escape.
Yours just generally sounds like normal New York as well.
Yeah,
that's what's terrifying about it.
It's not changed.
Like
all the infection
I hate big crowds, and the thing is about my game is you don't know what is going to kill you. You could walk around and some corrupt, overzealous a police unit called a Black Watch just murders you just for the sport of it.
Not if you're being really good, really obedient.
Or you could just be picked up by one of the biological mutants and ripped apart, or you can be pulled apart by one of the zombies. There's so many different things in that small area that can kill you.
There's the military.
That's terrifying.
There's the military actually combating them, so you've actually got a protective service trying to protect you.
But you're in a war zone. You can't say a war zone's a fun environment. At least yours is just an area.
You can move away from the war zone.
Mine is not an area. Mine's an entire planet that has been taken over by hell. And you
don't have to go to Mars in your world, though.
Yeah, but if you're living on my world, you're living in Mars, because that's where this Doom is based. It's based in Mars. So if you're living in the world, you're living in Mars.
But also in your world, you have in the world of Doom, you have a Doom guy. He exists in that world. He's going through that. He's going through that world, slaughtering those monsters. You know, at least again, there's a chance you can hide in a cupboard and you'll probably be all right.
Yeah, but you hide in a cupboard and a fucking demon opens it with a backpack of rockets and a jetpack
and then
and just kills you.
And not as that, with Doom, there are weapons lying about literally everywhere. You can walk around a fucking corner and there's a shotgun and a hand pistol and loads of bullets. But, at least you've got a chance to fight.
A lot of the bad guys in Doom are actually quite, like, the most common bad guys are quite easy to kill.
Yes, but the rest of them are deadly, and there are hundreds of the little ones because they are the infected, like they're the humans who were killed and then became the demony infections.
There's a Doom suit as well. If you find the Doom suit, you are then a Doom guy. Doom guy doesn't have your identity.
You're Doom guy minus the awesomeness. You put on a suit and then just a demon will just destroy you.
You're just a twat in a suit.
You're just a twat in a suit.
That's fair. I'll concede that. I retract my point.
Like in my world, you can have a fighting chance, but I mean, you're still going to get absolutely slaughtered by the hundreds of demons flooding out of a single portal. You've got
some awesome weapons around you, some powerful weapons.
In Doom, you're either, if you're on Mars, you're either a scientist or you are a soldier, but they
I mean, you could be a kitchen worker, a janitor.
Alistair, so why would you be on Mars?
I could be a kitchen worker, or a janitor, or Ali down in HR who deals with all the complaints that the scientists and soldiers have. You know, there's a whole ecosystem working there. I could just be a porter, just delivering stuff to everyone. I go, here's your mail. Greg's dead. Greg's now a demon. Greg kills me. I just want to give him mail.
Well, for me, it's more about what would bring the rapid fear into me, and I'm trying to think that, like,
just move
I'm trapped
away
in a
from
place,
New York.
and it's all isolated, and I'm walking through the Doom corridors and stuff. And granted, I'll be terrified, real life, and same in a Dark Souls. But I don't think anything quite grip the fear of a crowded panic, and a virus and biological things literally ripping people in two through crowds. You know what I mean? You're just one person in a crowd trying to get through that. People are climbing over top of you. You are fucked.
Survival.
But if you die, then that's it over. That's that nightmare over.
We have been through this multiple life.
We have been through it. You can't use this point to get more points.
Because that's the main point of the argument. You can't.
It's just like getting a hangover. Like it's shit for the first few times, and then you get used to it. You die. You wake up. Like you make yourself a bacon sandwich.
You would get
eat
used to death.
Great.
Death would become the norm in Dark Souls, and like I said, you were born in that world. Let's not go over same points.
So how is death becoming the norm not more miserable than just, oh, I'm in New York and I might die?
Because
there might be things that can
in our world,
or
death
I can
is
just
permanent.
move away from New York.
Yeah.
Like
I'm sorry, but
you fear something less if you get to repeat doing it. If you only have one chance at something, you fear losing that chance more.
And the true fear of death is the fear of the unknown, the fear of not knowing what happens afterwards. In Dark Souls world, that has been well-established law. You know what happens beyond death. You just come back and reincarnated. You know what? That would come with a certain
there's no escape
degree
from the nightmare.
Isn't that true with like?
There is escape from the nightmare in your worlds. There's no escape from.
Not in mine.
How is that? If you could escape from the center of New York, out of that area,
in rush hour as well,
out of New York,
without
getting in rush hour at this time, are you fucking mad? If you can get out at New York with the carnage that's going on in that city. You're some sort of slim
we talking
miracle.
about
Prototype
1 or 2, because in Prototype 1 it's all pretty controlled. There's no it's not horrible everywhere.
it's everywhere. It's
Even
horrible.
in Prototype 2, it's basically just sort of one area of New York that's completely overrun.
Yeah, no, they have different.
That's the main point, right? Like you have
infestations that move.
You have a military
across the city
that you can be taken out of New York. You can be protected. There are helicopters flying in and out constantly. That can pick up survivors, fly them to a safe zone, which I'm assuming there are, guarded by all the military where Mercer at least won't go into, and he's the most destructive of the lot. The rest can be taken down quite easily, and Mercer's the only one like breaking into all the military bases and killing everyone, and he doesn't go outside of New York. So get out of there, you're fine, you're golden. You have like a finite, you have a finite area to escape from. You can't escape from a planet that's been destroyed, basically. So there's no transport, there are no rockets, and there's no people to save you. There's only Doom Guy, who hops between hell and back. You're like, Doom Guy, save me. Boom, he's in hell.
Doom Guy would save you, and then you would live on a planet with no demons, and you and Doom Guy just kicking it back.
Straight up fucking.
Sounds like quite a nice life.
Because to be fair, if Doom Guy runs out of demons to kill, his bloodlust isn't going to go away. He's going to kill something, and you are the only livable target right
He's not. He's just there to rip up the demons from hell. He's not there to rip up people.
I don't know.
I feel like this is slowly descending into absolute madness, which is fantastic. I have a question for everyone in the group. At the end of your game, what happens to the world, Rob?
The end of Prototype. I think the virus is fought back, and then it comes back.
In what, the second game? Oh, okay.
I believe so.
At the end, I'm saying at the end of Prototype. What about the end of Prototype 2? Okay, fair enough. What happens at the end of Doom?
I believe the portal is closed, but there are still demons roaming around Mars, and then also in the trailer that they have for the next Doom that's coming out, which is a sequel, I think, of this one, stuff is back. Like, all the demons are back on Mars. So the infection is not, or the demons are not cleared. They're back. Nothing has changed by the looks of things.
Jordy, have you finished Googling what happens at the end of Dark Souls?
Fuck you. I'm not sure what happens to your character per se, but I know that the world just keeps going on being like the Dark Souls.
Well, yeah, I think what happens in Dark Souls, I think, is when you kind of light the torch and end the strife, but then the whole point of that world is that it's pointless because it's just going to happen again. Like, and the same, they're cycles, cyclical. But all these games sound like the worlds redescend into madness. That's interesting. Okay, all right. If you guys have any final points, make them now, and then I'll come back to you with another question.
Mine is a medical nightmare. You get a cut and you could die.
You could actually get cut now.
By a chest.
Killed by a chest. That's true.
A chest, or a skeleton, or a dragon, or a weird worm thing, or a tree, or just anything that's horrific.
How about a flying ballsack that can eat you?
Probably.
Those are in Doom.
Rob, any final points from you? No,
No.
excellent, excellent.
No, I feel like all the points have been made. Anything now will just be a chat
enough.
and shit.
Point you always.
Rob, of the other two worlds, which one scares you more?
Dark Souls.
Alistair, of the other two worlds, which one scares you more?
Prototype.
Geordie?
I don't like crowds.
Doom.
Well, thank you
Thanks,
for helping
guys.
me make that decision. Oh dear. Okay, I'm gonna call it there, guys. Very proudly fought, much chest beating and many grunts. I
Very close.
you know, I sort of stopped listening for a while, but no, I'm kidding.
That's helpful.
I'm only joking. Like, so yeah, they're all pretty shit worlds to live in. I think we can agree on that. It sounds probably a little bit maybe disrespectful, considering all the arguments that you all very well put together. But when Al said flying ball sacks that eat you, what? Please elaborate.
There's like cacodemons, which are just like spherical flying things, and honestly, like it could quite easily be a testicle just flying at you with teeth, and they spit things at you.
And they spit. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna go with hell. I think I'm gonna give this one to Al because hell is a scary place, and there are many demons, and I think the idea that, you know, I mean, all these games, the terrible shit comes back. But I think if you were literally stuck, isolated somewhere like that, that would be just an awful world to live in. Even if I wouldn't know what to do with a gun, like, which way do I point this, sir? Use me, can you help me? Oh, you're a demon. Oh, you're a demon. So I'm gonna give it to Al. Congratulations. But they're all awful places. Awful place. You all chose very well. Thank you. Well, I think we've got a couple of minutes, so why don't we go around and just say what we've all been playing of late. Rob, what have you been playing?
Okay.
I know what you've been playing.
I've been playing
And
Yakuza
how is
Kiwami. It's good fun. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to. I've got to try and finish it before Spider-Man comes out. So I'm trying to get through it.
Nice, which will be
So, yeah.
just a couple of days because this comes on Wednesday. Geordie, what you playing?
The Crash Insane Trilogy. Crash Bandicoot Insane.
How you finding that?
It was good. I never played the original Crash, and when I tried to, now, I didn't really like the controls or the way it plays, or I was just really bad at it. But now with like the updated gameplay and moveset, it's really cool, and I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
And also looking forward to Spider-Man.
Yeah, Al, what you playing?
I am playing Rayman Legends.
Still, forever.
Still playing.
I think I asked this
picked that
question
up.
like
That's my
2 months ago when you were playing Rayman Legends.
Yeah, I mean, it's like my solo game, and I don't really play much solo anymore. Mainly Rainbow Six Siege and FIFA with you guys. So yeah, when I get time on my own, I stick on a bit of Rayman and try and get 100% in that game.
Nice one. And I've been trying. Well, I've just been playing Mad Max basically as a distraction, waiting for Spider-Man as well. Because we all want Spider-Man, except Al, who can't play it. Well, thank you very much for watching another episode of the 8-Bit Debaters podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I did. If you like this, then we have a whole bunch more other 8-bit. It's really hard to speak today. 8-Bit Debaters podcast that you can find at youtube.com/twistaboutgaming, as well as other shows that we do, live streams that you can find there just checking us out. And we also have a link to our Discord in the chat. In the description box, and that is a lovely place where we like to talk to each other, and we come up with ideas for this show as well. You can request debates for us to do in there and all sorts. So please feel free to jump in and say hello. And yeah, we'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.